All right, we had some heavy rain here the other day and no leaks on Little Adam, so Little Adam's doing good. Hey everybody, it's Camodave channel. How you doing? It's 17th. I don't know what the date is. I don't care what the date is of February. I think it's the 17th. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Doing a little walk here today. We got some precipitation coming late tonight into tomorrow. Could be some ice in the mix. And it's going to be a yucky day tomorrow. So what I do is I double up on my walking the day before. Anyway. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to need the gloves. It is kind of chilly out today. I got my shorts on. It's in the 30s. But I got to put some gloves on. It's cold. It's very cold. I'm freezing. Okay, the topic for this little walk and talk is, let me see, we're running here, yeah, good. The topic for this walk and talk is, what is dishonesty? Okay, among nomads. We watch a lot of nomads, and I've always said, you know, I don't mind if a certain nomad wants to monetize their channel, whether it be Patreon and PayPal and Super Chat, or just send me donations or whatever, I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. You know, now you may not like that, and you may say, I don't want to watch a channel where somebody's doing that. And you don't have to watch. Just unsubscribe or don't watch them or whatever, okay? But as you know, if people want to monetize their channels in however many ways, I don't have a problem with it. Now, will I watch the channel and talk about it a lot? If it gets to the point where it's too much, no. But it's up to you. It is totally up to you. The question I have, and I've always said this, you know, I've always said, as long as the pitch for money is honest, then I really don't have a problem with it. Now, am I going to throw money at him? Probably not. Dave too cheap. Dave 2C. I'm Dave 2C, not Dave 2D. Dave too cheap. I am pretty cheap. I'm very frugal. Look at I wear these kind of camo pants. They're all ripped. I like that, though. I like that look. But anyway, what is dishonesty in a nomad, okay? And again, I'm not going to mention any names here today, but you can guess who we're talking about. A certain nomad will say, hey, my channel is just me showing my life, and that's it. I don't travel much anymore. I don't do much anymore. It's just me showing you my life. And if you want to, and I tell you what problems I have, I tell you about whether my van or my RV is broken down, or whether you want to help me, you know, with it, whatever. That's cool. But, you know, that's it. And then they do, a couple times a month, they'll do a live stream where, you know, there's a $ at the bottom. You can click on it and throw them some money. Okay, to me, that's honest. That's totally honest. You know, the guys, I'm not doing much. I'm showing you my life. If you want to watch, that's great. If you don't want to watch, that's cool. I don't care. I'm doing a live stream every now and then. There's a $ at the bottom. If you want to help me, fine. If you don't, fine. You can still watch my videos. Okay, now you may not like that. You may not consider that to be top entertainment. You may find other channels that are, quote, nomads that are much more interesting. But there it is. To me, that's pretty honest, okay? If your transmission goes out or something happens, you show the bill. But, you know, you do not say, please help me or please send me money or whatever. I don't know. You know, if you're not begging overtly, is it begging? Now, the other thing is, you know, there are levels of what we call dishonesty, you know. I mean, first off, outright lying in your video, that's pretty easy to spot, and you don't want to do that. But at the same time, is just simply not mentioning something, but yet giving the impression of something else. You know, for example, you're driving around your car, you're a nomad, your alternator conks out, you got to get towed in, you get your alternator fixed, you know, it's $300 and the tow is whatever, and $400 bill, and you can pay it. You can afford to pay the bill. But you don't want to pay $400 for a stupid repair that you weren't planning for. You'd rather spend the $400 on something fun. like an e-bike or a hot tub or whatever. So, you do a video and you basically just show everybody, look, my alternator went out, wah, wah, wah. I had to get towed in. Here's the bill. And then leave it at that. And oh, what am I going to do now? Now, there are going to be some of your subscribers or viewers that are probably going to see your PayPal link below and throw you a couple bucks. Hey, here's $20 to help with the alternator repair, $50, whatever. Or on your next super chat, you make a mention of it, or you do the super chat the next day, or so people have it fresh in their mind that you had that repair. But you don't say I could afford the fix. You don't say anything about that. You just simply let the viewers assume whatever they want to assume, Let the viewer decide whether you really need it or not, You're not e-begging. You're not saying, please send me the money. All you're doing is just showing them what happened to you, and then looking kind of dejected and sad. And looking kind of, if you're a guy, don't shave. If you're a gal, don't comb your hair real well, and kind of look kind of disheveled. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So you go up to the line. You're not being dishonest. You're not saying I can't afford something that I can't afford, but you're letting your audience assume something, however they want to assume it. Now, maybe 90% of the people will assume that you're, not being totally upfront with them and not giving them all the information. And maybe other people will assume that, oh, he really does need the money. And it's another thing, or maybe it's just I don't care whether he can afford it or not. I like his channel or her channel, and I want to help them out. Now it's what we call shades of gray in the of honesty. It's what you don't say. It's true in everything. It's true in advertising. It's what you don't say that's, if you leave something out about the negativeness of your product, is that dishonesty? If you've got a particular fruit juice that has a cancer-causing agent in it, and and you don't even mention it. You just say, oh, the fruit juice, it's refreshing, it's delicious. And it very well be refreshing and delicious. But it also contains a toxic chemical that if you drink too much of it, there's a 2% chance you might get certain kind of cancer. You know what I'm saying? You don't mention that. You don't mention the negative aspects, so is that dishonest? You're not fully coming out. You know what I'm saying? Fully coming out with all the information. And I think that's kind of, it's how we deal with, I think, a lot of the nomads that are on the road, that have their channels monetized, and do especially doing the super chats these days, because that's kind of like found money. But, they're not being dishonest, but they're not telling you the full scope of the information, okay? They're not saying, look, my alternator went out, it's $400, I have a bank account with $15,000 in it, I just don't want to spend the $400, I want to rather save that money and use it for something else, would you help me? Now that's being brutally honest. And would you help them? If they told you, hey, I have X amount of dollars in my bank account, I can afford the repair easily, but I just don't want to, I'd rather save that money for something else, would you help me buy a new alternator or a generator or whatever? You probably would get fewer donations. I'll say that. I'm not saying they wouldn't get anything. But whereas if you just leave that information out, I'm not going to reveal what's in my bank account, but I did have to spend $400 on an unplanned repair. Oh, what am I going to do? And look real sad and dejected. Someone's going to say, oh, I guess he doesn't have the money, or he's using his last $400 in his bank account. I'll help him. Is that dishonest? I mean, it's not, you're not being totally upfront. You're not being, but is that dishonesty, you know? I don't know. You know, it's like you go to a job interview and you have your resume and you kind of punch up the resume. You know, you're not really being dishonest, but you're kind of saying things in the resume that you hope somebody will come to a conclusion with, you know, that really isn't true, you know. Oh, I have a wide experience in computer development, baba-da-booba-da-bee, you know. Well, what is your wide experience? Well, you know, I know Microsoft Word. You know, I mean, that's it. But, you know, someone's going to assume you mean more than that. That's just the way life is. You know, it's like you get $50. Somebody sends you cash for $50 for, say, you know, pays you cash for $50 for mowing somebody's lawn. There's no way there's no paper trail, there's no bank account record of that, there was no 1099, there's nothing. Somebody just gave you $50 for doing a favor. Technically, brutally, honestly, you should probably declare that as income, right? But you're not. No one's gonna know. Is that dishonest? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess. But well, everybody does it. You know. I don't know. I think, again, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I think one of the things I do with my channel that I think is good is at least we talk about it. You know, there's no way to know for sure on some of these nomads and other YouTubers and stuff like that. But it's, you know, why not question them? Why not say, hey, you know, I don't know. You see a certain nomad really make the pitch for something negative. Oh, I have to do this, and I can't afford it. And they don't say I can't afford it, okay? They just kind of say, I had to have this fixed, I had to have that fixed, I needed to buy this, I needed to buy that. Oh, dear. And then look sad. And you assume they don't have the money for it. And send them some bucks. But they didn't say, I don't have the money for it. They very well may have the money for it, you know, but they're not going to tell you that. Is that elimination of fact dishonesty, or is that just I'm not telling you. You don't need to know what's in my bank account. And if you like my channel and you want to help me out, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You dance around it. It's the whole thing too, where you see a certain nomad who has a transmission problem. And then they show you the bill, and it's, you know, $2,900 or something. And they kind of just look at you like, oh, my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. That's really gonna, oh, I don't like that. It's nasty. Oh, okay, that's the end of the video. Well, the video was shot a month ago, and they've already paid for it. And now they're somewhere else in the country. But you don't know that. So you're assuming they're sitting there in the parking lot wherever they are outside the transmission place, and you know, and you assume that they don't have a lot of money left in their bank account or whatever, and so you throw them some money to help them out. When they've already paid for it a month ago and they're now already somewhere else. Is that dishonest? You know, they're just not telling you certain things. Is just not telling you things make them a dishonest person? Again. You know, we see this kind of behavior throughout our culture. You know, we see it in advertising. I mean, Lord Almighty, we just got through a presidential race. And, you know, politicians run these ads where, you know, they just tell you certain little snippets out of context. And, you know, they're not telling you the whole truth. But that's okay. Are they lying? Not really. They're just kind of shading the truth or taking something out of context. That's another big thing. Take stuff out of context. You know, yeah, he voted against the pipeline. Oh, he's a rotten bastard. Well, you know, that means 20,000 jobs are not going to happen. Well, yeah, but he had other reasons for it that weren't mentioned. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Not telling you the whole is not including the entire details of your situation, leaving certain things out. Is that being dishonest? You're never going to end that one. You're never going to decide yes, no, whatever. You know, I'm only giving you and again, that's kind of what we see throughout a lot of these nomadic channels. People that don't give us the whole story. We only get a little bit of it. And people do that. It's called editing. It's what you do when you put things together. You know, on television, you're not giving the whole story. And how much of that goes on, you know, now if you've got $20 million in the bank and you're sitting there going, whoa, I can't afford my $400 alternator, is that dishonest? Or, if, you know, how dishonest is that when, okay, say you have $5,000 in the bank and can't afford a $400 alternator. Okay, this, you know, that alternator is going to take a good chunk of your percentage of your savings. Is that being less dishonest than the guy with $20 million trying to get $400? I don't know. Argue it, but it's just, you know, it's again, it's not as easy as it thinks to say, hey, this nomad is dishonest. Hey, I'm not e-begging. I didn't ask for any money. All I did was give you a wish list of things I wanted. That's not e-begging. I never e-begged. Oh, I wish I had a better van. Oh, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had that. Oh, I would love to have a kayak. I would love to have this. I didn't ask for it. Somebody just happened to send it to me. Let me know what you think. Levels, shades of dishonesty. I'm going to end this video now because even with my gloves on here, my hand is freezing cold and I need to put it in my pocket and warm it up. And I got to turn the camera off. Thanks for watching Vlog Under.